Testing. 1, 2, 3. Just making sure my mic is working real quickly before we start.
The inaugural Qatar GP was won by Lewis Hamilton, starting in pole position, 102nd of his career. Lewis led every lap, took a dominant win over 25 seconds ahead of championship rival Max Verstappen. Verstappen would deny Hamilton a Grand Slam by taking the fastest lap ever. Lewis Hamilton has taken at least one win at almost every circuit he has raced on in an F1 car. Qatar became circuit number 30 for Lewis. He went on to win 31st new circuit 1 week later this year.
Welcome everybody to Lightning Speed Racing. Here we go for LSR Group C, Group Crossplay, as it is the full name. This is round 3 of the championship, and that's our first ever race around Qatar in LSR. So excited to get the race underway, excited to be commentating on this track for the first time as well. We have a 17, actually maybe even an 18 car grid for this event, as Viperize has just joined in the qualifying session. And yeah, like I said, first race around Qatar, first of 4 races this weekend for LSR. We have today, which is Group C, Friday. Tomorrow is Group 2, which is going to be extraordinary as well, as Laf rejoins the session for the Alfa Romeo crew. That's good to see. And then we have Group 1 and Group 3 on Sunday. Make sure to tune in to those respective streams. But today we're focusing on the Group C Championship. And like I said, we're here in Qatar at the Lusail International Circuit. This circuit was built back in 2004. Had first hosted a Formula 1 Grand Prix back in 2021, returns to the F1 calendar this year in 2023. It has 16 turns to make up the 5.4 kilometer track. That is 3.3 miles long. It's going to be amazing. It's absolutely going to be amazing. This track, this race, everything about it. It's been a classic. It's been a track that a lot of people have been waiting for a while in the F1 game. It's a track that a lot of people have been really focusing their attention on as we head into this this new game. It's still quite new, actually, as we head into it. So we have 15 minutes remaining of the qualifying session. I am Formula Jonah, league founder and current executive in the league, technically an owner. Basically, it's basically just an owner position, but just not the official ownership of the league. That goes to Ethan, Sequit, and Ickle. But yeah, here we go for Group C. It's going to be amazing. It truly is. We have some people coming in the comments already. Chimpip says, how's it going? It's going good, man. Really excited to get back into the action here for Group C. I hope you're doing good as well. Hope everybody's doing good here in the live stream. Keep commenting. Send your suggestions for this race, your predictions, I mean, and just your general thoughts. If you have any questions as well, I'm happy to answer anything. I feel that I do have a little bit of knowledge over this league just because I founded it. I've been commentating. I was the first ever commentator on this league. I've been commentating since day one. And yeah, just to just feel like I have a little bit more information if you do have any questions. So we have 18 drivers possibly for the race for this event. It's the third round of the season. Last time out in Britain, we did miss out on the action, unfortunately, but that's okay. We had MCAL taking away the race win. First win for the Haas driver. It's been an absolute banger of a start to the season for this group division. Remember, this is our 4th division in LSR. It's also our only crossplay division. It's also our brand new division to the league. So that's quite extraordinary to see such a competitive grid, such a reliable grid as well, with people showing up consistently for the races. It's just amazing considering this is a division that just started for this season. But yeah, really excited to see what these drivers can do. Dural, of course, won the first round at Bahrain. MCAL won the last round at Britain. Question is, who's going to win here in Qatar? Critical thing to keep an eye on is going to be tires and degradation. Specifically, the degradation on these tires is going to be huge for this race. We've seen in previous races in F1 23 and just league racing in general that the tires don't really they degrade pretty fast. You know, you can get punctures very easily on this track. We saw punctures at Britain last time out in Group 1, the top division. Both of our the Bahrain Grand Prix winner and multiple champion B-Tom getting a puncture in the final few laps of that race. And he's an experienced driver. The thing is that punctures are more of a thing on this game than they were on the last game, and specifically here at Qatar as well. So drivers need to make sure of that. They need to also keep an eye on fuel. I've been seeing a lot of people talking about fuel conservation heading into this event, like making sure that they overfuel the car. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, we have, I believe, Sneaky Robbie on top. Williams 1-2 at the moment. Sneaky Robbie heading into the pit lane, as well as his teammate, our Stratting, our league manager for this crossplay division, as well as Brexus Keen. Brexus Keen is unfortunately not able to be here as Tommy goes fastest overall in that McLaren. Tommy XXC, the 121.944 is the McLaren's time. So Williams were on top for a moment. They're like, hey, this is awesome. You know, we're 1-2. It's just like the olden days. And then McLaren goes, hey, you know what? We want some of that. We want some of that 1998, 1999 kind of time when Mika Hakkinen and David Coulthard was driving for those chrome McLarens back in the late 90s. Oh, man. Great times. Williams and McLaren. And also, if people are having issues joining, I saw in the comments below, I think Viperize was having an issue joining. This is a common glitch on F1 23. What I suggest is if you can't join the car, if it says like, what's it called? If it says like you can't take control of that car, sometimes the game will just automatically put you into a car at the end. We've had this issue in LSR. We've had this in multiple different leagues as well. However, and this is a little bit unfortunate, sometimes that doesn't happen. And unfortunately, sometimes you can't join. That's why you got to join before qualifying. If you do join in qualifying, there's a risk that you could not be able to join the lobby itself. So that's why it's best to join before. But anyway, here we go. I'm kind of looking for somebody to go with an onboard of... Here's the Haas driver, Vetnomit. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Let's take it on board with the Haas racer as he comes down to turn 1. First onboard lap of LSR Qatar. Down into turn 1 we come. This is a very long right-hander and then a flick to the left. This is one of my favorite parts of any circuit in Qatar. Lusail International Circuit reminds me so much of different tracks on the calendar. This reminds me a lot of Sepang back in Malaysia as we head down into turn 4, I believe this is. That whole first part of the track reminds me a lot of Malaysia. A quick couple of right-handers here down into a heavy braking zone. Not a lot of heavy braking zones. I'd say that one and the corner coming up is a heavy braking zone. You can kind of roll the car very easy around this part of the track, but you can go wide there. That's okay. It's actually normal to go wide. Braking zone heading down into I like to call this the Hockenheim left-hander. This reminds me a lot of Hockenheim. Turn 4, I believe it is. And then we got the really fast turns. Basically no braking at all. But the car seems to like slow down when you head into these corners as Gaming James goes fastest overall. The Haas driver is going to come through the last of these really quick left and rights. Into the final turn we come. This is a long right-hander, but the car just kind of rolls really nicely. You can go wide, that's normal. It's a little bit of a bump, but there you go. Down to the long straight, the long way down to the finish of this race. Power is critical right here as the Haas driver goes into P8. MCal in 9th, and his teammate puts it ahead. And I believe Vex Nomet in that Haas car is actually reserved for the team. So that's great to see that he's ahead of MCal. You know, MCal race winner last time out, our most recent race winner in Group C, and he's beaten by the reserve. However, we know MCal has got serious pace. We saw that in Group 3 last season. We saw that, of course, at the beginning first 2 rounds of the season. Heck, he won the first, he won the British Grand Prix last time out, like I mentioned many times. So he's got some pace, that's my point. So we'll see what he can do. Currently, the fastest time is Gaming James in the Red Bull, a 1:21.3. Actually, speaking of Gaming James in that Red Bull, there is some driver switches, which I want to talk about, because since we didn't have our stream last time on Britain, we weren't really able to talk about these driver changes. Gaming James has been on fire in these first 2 races of the season so far. James has been one of the standout drivers, was a driver to potentially take the win last time in, for the first time in Bahrain with Durrell. And as you can see from his pace here, he is a driver that deserves a full-time drive, and that's exactly what's happened. He has joined the Red Bull crew and looking to take Red Bull to the top of this championship. Red Bull in all tiers are very competitive, actually. The only tier we haven't really seen Red Bull be there is Group 3, but Group 3 doesn't have a ton of drivers, I must say. I think I'm the only driver who's driven for Red Bull in Group 3, and I was a reserve for that time. I think there was another driver as well in Britain, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, my point is that Red Bull are very quick in all divisions. Gaming James in P1 with a 1:21.3. That's a very competitive lap time considering that Tommy's is a 21.9. He hasn't validated his time as well, so he will not be improving. Gaming James really shows the pace. Also, watch out for Durrell as well. Durrell yet to set a time in that Mercedes car. We know he's quick. Potentially a driver to take this championship as well. Kendrick's, I think he's in, let's see where Kendrick's is. He's in the pits. So Kendrick's and Durrell, both in the pit lane, have not set times. Laf 5 has not set a lap time either. I think he was having some issues with joining and rejoining and stuff like that. Maybe some internet issues, or sometimes it's just crossplay in general. Crossplay is a total nightmare sometimes on this game. That's why we've restricted it just for the crossplay division. Because the thing is, too, and I've mentioned this multiple times on live streams, crossplay sucks. Yeah, it does suck. I think that's a fact. I think we can understand that it's very hard to have it in racing games, and that's why we have to make sure that we take every bit of information possible and put it into what we will be doing for the future. And that's exactly what we've done with the first 3 divisions of LSR. We have made it so crossplay is disabled. It's not what we want, of course, but it's for the better. It's we got to think about all possibilities. However, there is so many drivers. Look at this. Look at how many drivers we have on the grid. And they're all having fun. They're all just racing. And when this crossplay division idea first came about, John Wick joins the session. Oh, wow. Is it him himself? No, I believe that is the Aston Martin driver. I believe his name in Discord is something else. Let me quickly look at that real quickly. Sorry, I want to quickly make sure I got this correct. I know I'm taking away from the topic. Waits is his name in Discord. So anyway, but yeah, my point is that look at all these drivers. Look how many drivers are on this grid. Look how many people are quick. They're competitive. They're having fun. You know, this is what this division is about. And I think it'd be kind of cool to get like this behind the scenes kind of thing. But when we were talking about this crossplay division, when the owners and I were talking about this, and then eventually we got our Stratting and Breakfast on board as well, and the other people as well. We were kind of going like, you know, this is something that we want to have a race. We just want to get a race. We want to get these people in for a race. And I think it was really just about, like, we didn't really care about the pace. We didn't really care about the assists they were doing with this division. This was all about just having a place for people to race. That's what we wanted. Because at the end of the day, this is a league. This is a place for people to have fun, to have enjoyment, to race, to experience, all that sort of thing. And they deserve a place to race, and that's exactly what we did. We created this Group C division, and look what's happened. I mean, everybody's super excited about it. They're super just, I don't know if ecstatic is the right word, but whatever, you know what I mean. So yeah, just super proud of how this has turned out. And then we had Breakfast King, we had our Stratting come in, and they're like, I want to help with this. I want to get this started. And they have just taken it and really taken control of it and been like, okay, let's get this going. And they did it super successfully, and it's worked out perfect. Viperize says in the comments, P18 to P10, turn 1 for me. That is a bold prediction, Viperize. And I could absolutely see that happening with 86% chance of it happening. I could see that. Considering that Qatar sometimes could be difficult at turn 1, that's the most nice way I could say it. But let's hope that it's not a bad start to the race. We want to make sure that these drivers get through cleanly. So 3 minutes into this, Durrell still hasn't set a time. We're looking at the Mercedes garage right now. Number 3 car in the pit lane for Mercedes. Will he go out on track? We will see. Kendricks is out on his lap. And then MCal leaves the session. MCal in that Haas car, unfortunately, not here. Hunter Plays says, question, are there any more seats for this group? Unfortunately, no. At the moment, it is completely full. We actually have a wait list at the moment. But Hunter, if you are interested in getting a seat in this division, you could speak with our Stratting, who's in the Williams, or Breakfast King, and they can add you to the wait list, try and get you into a seat. And that goes for anybody interested in getting a full-time seat that does not have one yet. The entire grid is full. We do have a wait list at the moment. But you know, if this keeps going, where there's possibilities of this many drivers, like we're at a time, I think at the very start of the season, we had like maybe 8 or 9 people on the wait list. If that continues to get even better, we could honestly have a second Crossplay division for Season 6, but I don't think that's going to be possible. I think we want to make sure that we just have 1 tier. I think 5 tiers is a little much. I think we need more people to get on that. But hey, it's not impossible. But yeah, to answer your question, Hunter, we will definitely be looking, if you want a seat, we will look into getting you one. I remember Group only had 1 division. Oh, this league only had 2. I see what you're saying, Viperize. Yeah, this league only had 2 divisions. While back in October of 2021, Season 1. I remember when it was just amazing to get a second division on the grid, and yeah, for its first season, and then exploded in Season 4 with the Group 3, and now we have 4. Who knows what could happen? Gaming James on an outlap. Let's see what he can do for the Red Bull team. Currently on provisional pole position. Can he go faster? Let's find out. Down into turn 1. Very good entrance for the Red Bull. James really perfect on the throttle. Perfect on the corner exits and entrances. That is critical for the sector 1 on this track. Down to turn 4. Really quick right-hander. Understeer is going to be critical for this track. It's very difficult to maintain a perfect amount of downforce. You know, I think a lot of drivers usually go for more downforce, but you do have that long straight. But then again, if you have power on the straight, then you have issues in the corners and stuff like that. So, and you have understeer, it just totally ruins your laps. So, yeah, I think drivers want to go for more downforce. Gaming James, let's see what his Sector 2 is going to be. I think he's approaching the line now. Can't see because the comments are in the way. He's up by around 1/10 of a second. So Red Bull driver, currently with a 121.3, is up on his time by 1/10 of a second. Let's see if he can improve into the 3rd sector. This is where it's critical for drivers to make sure that they have a good advantage heading in to that final turn. And this is where it's at. The final turn. Qualifying is done. These final laps are going to be what happens. So Gaming James to the line now. Can the Red Bull improve on his time? Yes, he can. By 10th of a second, Gaming James sets the fastest lap so far, 121.268. Can anyone else improve on their time? Tommy XXC coming through that second sector now. Watch out for the McLaren driver. He's currently P4. Wick and Sneaky Robbie are done with their times, I believe. Watch out. Durrell's last. So Durrell will be 16th on the grid. That's not good news for him in the Mercedes car. There's a Red Bull coming to the line, I believe. That is Seabird, who goes fourth. Great result for Red Bull so far. This is absolutely going great. But watch out for Tommy XXC. 2/10 of a second up on his time in that McLaren. McLaren have been absolutely on fire in F1 so far in the second half of towards the second half of the season. And Tommy's backed out. Tommy is backed out, so that's it for qualifying, I believe. Maybe Kendricks can improve on his time. Kendricks is up on his time. He goes 15th, so he's going to stay at the end there. Not sure what happened to Kendricks, but it is going to be Gaming James on top for Red Bull Racing. Oracle Red Bull Racing on top here in Qatar. And Gaming James has the fastest time. It's going to be Wick in second and Robbie in third for Williams. Williams and Red Bull, really good qualifying positions for both of those drivers. I think R. Stratting was in the top 7, if I do believe. But an absolutely amazing session for them. Actually, where is R. Stratting? R. Stratting's 8th, so about a good qualifying session for Williams. Not a good day for Durrell so far. Durrell down in 16th, I believe. Not sure what happened to him. Aston Martin, great to see them up there as well. But watch out for Gaming James and Seabird. Red Bull look to top the times as we approach the race. However, the race can be totally different. Qualifying's one thing. Finishing the race and actually making sure that they convert that qualifying pace into the race itself is a totally different thing. And Nars as well was on the medium compound tire, qualifying on the mediums. He's a very quick driver. Watch out for the reserve in the Ferrari car. He's going to be one to watch. And Bono, a full-time driver in the Ferrari car. Elian's not here today, so Bono will need some help from Nars to be able to elevate Ferrari in a further position. Here we go, though, for the race. No formation lap. We're just heading straight into this. I am Formula Jonah, your commentator for this evening, or today, or whatever it is. Right now, it's almost 1 p.m. where I'm at. As Durrell leaves the session, that's not good news for Durrell. Hopefully he can get back in. But yeah, really excited to see how this division goes, how Qatar goes, how the rest of the season goes. Next week at Austria, I believe, we will have Robin back in the commentary booth. Great to see him, hopefully in the comms booth for Group C. Hopefully he'll be here for Group 2 as well with Speedy or Xerxity. But we will see how that all works out. But anyway, here we go for Qatar. Hope you all enjoy the race. Stick around, grab some snacks, water, all that sort of thing, so we can have some fun watching this event. Here we go. Round 3 of the championship. The lights are about to go out. And racing begins. Here we go. Great start by Gaming James, who leads the way. Down to turn 1 we go. Tommy XXC trying to get in the fight as well. They're 3 wide further back. That's the Haas up into 4th, but now it's spun around. They were 3 wide for a moment, so that's not worked out. Total disaster for Haas in general as MCAL down the order as well. Kendricks, I believe, was involved, maybe even Oreo, but Gaming James leads away the field as they come into the first couple of sectors. John Wick in second, Tommy and Seabird, 3rd and 4th. Williams, a great start for them, but not a good start actually for Sneaky Robbie. Sneaky Robbie has moved down in some positions, but he's still in the top 6. There's a Alfa Romeo, I believe, around. What happened to Laf? What happened to Oreo as well? Oreo's got damage. The 29 AlphaTauri car, I think he's got front wing damage. Laf has definitely got damage. He's going off the track there. Not a good start for Alfa Romeo. They only have 1 car in today's race so far as Gaming James is purple in the first sector. That's to be expected. Red Bull looking to dominate the event. And can Seabird get in the top 3 as well? We will find out. Viperize in 11th. Right behind Bono. Let's see if the McLaren driver can get ahead. I think he had some issues with setups as well. Thankfully, he is in this race, so that's good to see. And further up the field, we also have Ozan on Sneaky Robbie. Ozan right ahead of that Willie, right behind the Williams, and now the Williams swap positions. Robbie up in the 5th, R Stratting down to 6th. Nars is going to make the move into 8th now. Puma in 9th, and Puma who's now confirmed as the full-time Aston Martin driver, will have to settle for 9th position at the moment. He's in a Ferrari sandwich. He's looking to regain positions. As here goes Ozan on R Stratting, the Mercedes driver, looking to take a position off of R Stratting. Goes a little bit too much on the brakes, it seems, but he's maintained 7th for the time being. Viprise, did you lag out, Jonah? No, I don't think I did. Hopefully I didn't. I can see all the action. Speaking of the action, here comes Nars trying to make the move on Ozan. Nars really with a good run. Let's get tires out on our screen as well. Nars on the medium Nars on the medium compound tires trying to make the move on Ozan. Watch out for Puma as well. These drivers are in the battle for 7th position. 3 different cars in this fight. On board with the Ferrari. Is he looking for a move? No, not enough space to make a move on the Mercedes driver. Ozan is going to have to defend those. Here comes Nars to the outside line. Oh dear. And Viprise has lagged out of the session, it seems, as Nars just sticking right behind. He is flying. That Ferrari is on fire. Coming down the long straight. Here comes Nars. Nars gets ahead of Ozan. Ozan down to 8th now. And watch out for that fiery Aston Martin right behind. Puma in that car is right behind Ozan. You can see the Aston Martin just sticking right behind. This is a Leclerc, Hamilton, and Alonso fight right here, as these 3, Ferrari, Mercedes, and Aston Martin, as Durrell rejoins the session. Good to see him back, and also good to see Viprise back in this race. Meanwhile, up at the front, Tommy XXC right at the back of the Aston Martin, who is in 2nd position at the moment. The number 5 car, just like Sebastian Vettel when he raced for Aston Martin back in 2021 and 2022. So a tribute to Sebastian, I see. John is going to have to defend against Tommy, though. Tommy, very quick driver. I think it's going to be a fight between these 3 for the race win. Gaming James is pulling away, though, so Tommy has to make sure that he gets past. He is on the medium compound tire, so he should have the advantage if he's going to try and overtake Gaming James. If he wants the strategy to work out, of course. He is right on the back of the Aston Martin. John defending. Tommy can't do anything. He's going to try and go around the outside of the Aston Martin, try and get the better exit. Kind of like what Nars did. There's contact between the 2. There's contact between the 2. Did John get damaged there? I believe that might have been Tommy's fault, to be honest. I don't think John got damaged, but Tommy's going to let the position go. Yeah, I think Tommy knows that was his mistake. That's respective racing between the 2 drivers, knowing that there was a mistake there, and it's all good, it seems. As R Stratting and Ozan having a good battle here. Nars up into 6th. R Stratting and Ozan swapping positions there, and here comes Puma as well in that Aston Martin. This is absolutely kicking off here in Group C of the Qatar GP. But what's happened with John and Tommy is that I don't think John's got damaged, but what's happened is that Gaming James has now gained a couple of seconds there. Oh, further down the order, that's an Alpine, and that is a full course safety car that has been called out. What has happened to Kendrick's teammate? That's a crash for We Are checking Durrell out of the session as well. Durrell has retired on track, though, so not sure what happened there. But this is going to help out John and Tommy, as they're going to get closer to Gaming James. But what happened to checking there? We are checking in that Alpine, unfortunately, out of the race. This will also help out Oreo and Laugh and Vexnomics in Nomex. Sorry, the name's hard. Vexnomet. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna help out those 3 to catch back up to the rest of the field. So good news for them. Durrell, unfortunately, out of this race. He retired on the track, so that was not a It was not like a mistake or anything like that. That was, he's rejoined the session. Did Durrell, was that his AI that retired? I've seen a glitch before where an AI does retire the car. It's happened in qualifying. Viprise has damage, so he's pitting. Viprise, I still don't understand how you're able to type while racing as well. It's truly a magical skill that you do have. Oh, they didn't change your wing. Oh, shoot. Oh, well. You're gonna have to, you should pit again and make sure you put the yes on. Hopefully, maybe that's what was going on. Maybe you didn't hit the yes. But I've also seen it where drivers, it's actually happened to myself, where a driver hits yes to change the front wing, like tell your team to hit yes, and then the team just doesn't change it. It's like a Ferrari. This game has Ferrari strategists. That's what's going on here. It's not. Hold on, what? Hold on, I need to read this comment. Oreo says, it's not hard. We text and drive out here. Just don't do that in the real world, please. You can do it in game. I think that's probably not against the rules, but in real like life kind of thing, like don't do that, please. That's definitely not. It's dangerous, I guess. So we're on lap 5 out of 29 of this race. Gaming James on top. This has really helped out John and Tommy. I think that that incident between the two, they'll be like, they're kind of chill, I think. Tommy, I think, is actually in the comment section, and he says, feel bad for John, didn't mean to hit him. It's all good, Tommy. I don't think he minds. I mean, like, you guys are P2 and P3. You're closed up to Gaming James. I think it's kind of like, if I were him and if I were just the whole situation, you know, I would just be like, hey, something happened. Anyway, move on. It doesn't affect anything going forward. I don't think. You should be fine. That's my point. Viprise back in the pit lane. Kendricks and Ozan. Ozan in the points. All changing front wings here. What happened there? Why is... Hold on a second. What the heck is Mercedes right behind Alpine? Oh, did they finish third last season? Is that how that works? Viprise says he overtook Kendricks in the pits, but Kendricks is still ahead of you. So how did that work? Oh, you overtook him before. I see. Okay, that makes sense now. I was like, but Kendricks is still in P15 and you're 16th. Anyway, oh, Viprise. Oh, that's not good. Wow, these guys over... Okay, look, hold up a second. These guys right here are really, really just like, wow, okay, that's normal, I guess. That is horrible for Viprise. Out of the race, unfortunately. Is that because of the Wi-Fi, though? I don't know. And also, Tommy X6C has also left the session. McLaren having an issue here. Tommy, I'll try and invite you. 1 second. Okay. Tommy, I can't, I was in the pits and it teleported me into the wall. Wow, that's wonderful. How the heck did that happen? Man, that sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you. How the heck would the game do that? Okay, well, that's super unfortunate for Viprise. McLaren having some technical issues right now, guys. Viprise says the AI controlled the car. That's really weird. I don't know how that's possible, but yeah. Hold on a second. Viprise is rejoined. Oh, there's a wing on track. Is that a Ferrari wing? I think that might have been Nars? Is that Nars? Yes, it is Nars. What happened to Nars? That's a front wing as well. So there's either two scenarios, and they both involve Williams. Either Stratting hit Nars, and Nars went into Sneaky Robbie, or Nars braked late and hit Sneaky Robbie, or Robbie braked early and Nars hit Sneaky Robbie. Either way, it involves a Williams. And I'm trying to do, like, almost tech support here, but Tommy, can you rejoin the lobby with the PS invite I sent in the party chat? Hope you can. I haven't seen you rejoin yet. I'm just trying to get you in here before the safety car ends. But whatever happens, I have invited, so not really sure. Anyway, viewers, thank you so much for joining us so far in this race. It's been an absolute pleasure to commentate for you. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here in our live chat. Remember, this is one of 4 divisions. If you are new to LSR, if you're just seeing this YouTube stream, if you're like, I've raced in other leagues, and maybe you've never raced in a league, you know? Either way, you are welcome to race with us. You are absolutely welcome to race with us. We have opportunities for you in 4 different divisions. I speak for the owner team here, just because I was a previous owner. Still kind of am involved in the owner team in some way. So, yeah, just saying, if you do have any questions, join the link in the description down below. At the moment, while we're live, the description link, I don't think is there unless our YouTube manager has put it already. It's kind of hard to, I'm still trying to figure out how to have an automatic description put up with the live stream. It's a pain. Anyway, safety car is not going in this lap. Why has it not going in? This is a very long safety car. It's been since lap 5. This does allow Nars to go into the pit lane, though, so that's good for Nars to get that wing changed. Not good for his strategy. Yeah, Tommy, safety car is not going in yet, and that goes for everybody. I'm not sure why it's not going in. Don't tell me the game is lagged out or something. That would be not good. Hold on. Check Group C chat. Oh, is that that's for the invite? It's possible that what happened was. Oh, I think I know what happened. I don't think Kendricks was catched up yet to the safety car. I think he rejoined right when the safety car was passing the pit lane. That's why the safety car didn't go in. I think that's why. So Nars should catch up, and then the safety car should be going in this lap, theoretically. We'll see. Hopefully it goes all good. What was I saying before? Oh, yeah, if you're new to LSR, if you're just seeing this YouTube stream, if you're not yet part of our Discord, you can go to the description down below. Once this live stream is kind of over, I'll see if I can post it. Then you can join the Discord link, and you can text in our new members chat. That's how you'll contact us. That's how you get racing in. If the link is not there, or for some reason doesn't work, go to our Instagram. It's called Lightning Speed Racing. Our Instagram is there. You can see the link to the description. It's in the bio, I think, of the Instagram account. Also, if that doesn't work, you can go to previous videos on YouTube. They will be updated once the live streams are over. That way you can see the link to the descriptions. But anyway, like I said, this is Group C, Round 3, Qatar, at the Lusail International Circuit. 3 races after this, Group 2, 1, and 3, in that order. It's Group 2, then Group 1, then Group 3. And Group C, of course, repeats it all when we head to Austria next time out. Safety car, let's see what happens. Is it going in this lap? No. What is going on here? Why is the safety car not... Oh, and Nars and Laff have both retired. That's weird. Is the safety car just bugged? I really hope it's not bugged, but it might be. Okay, hold on a second. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a photo of the leaderboard right now, and in case we need to restart the lobby with a restart, that sometimes that happens in F1, we will need to do this. We will see at the moment. Actually, I'll take a screenshot to exactly. I'll find the stream. Hold on a second. Trying to figure out what's going on here, but the safety car is not going in this lap. Trying to go right before the safety car, and I'm gonna see if I can take a photo of right before the safety car comes out. Oh, crossplay. I think that's what this is. Let's see here. Okay. So, let's take a... Sorry, I'm just trying to do this. We have 16 people watching right now. That's great to see. I don't know what's going on, though. I'm going to try and check the Discord, see what's going on. I think if it doesn't go in this lap, I'd say they're going to probably restart it. But to be honest, I have no idea what they're doing. Let's see here. And if I know probably a lot of our drivers here are probably joining our stream to try and figure out what's going on. To be honest, I have absolutely no idea. Kind of waiting to see what's going on here. I've taken a photo right before the safety car started, and that's probably what we'll do. We'll probably restart this lobby because I don't see. I think the safety car is just bugged here. This is weird. I don't know why. Sometimes these glitches happen. I don't understand. Yep, not going in. Okay, I'm gonna try and contact the tier manager, see if we can get a restart. I'm going to try and... Yep, okay, so we've just got confirmation from our Discord manager of Group C. Lobby restart. We will take the order from before the safety car comes out. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're doing that. I'm going to try and send our Stratting the photo. So yeah, people leave this lobby. There's nothing we can really do. You can do whatever you want, really. You can just this doesn't. There's nothing we can do. So we're going to go on pause for a sec, everybody. I'm just going to leave this lobby because there's nothing that we can really do here. A shame that happens, but, you know, it's what we work with. You know, it's this game sometimes. These crossplay lobbies, you know, I mean, it's nobody's fault but the developers. You know, I think that it's kind of a shame sometimes that they release games. They release games without kind of, like, getting this figured out. So we have 15 people watching, which is awesome. You can see all my wonderful stats that I haven't completed. But yeah, what we're doing is we're waiting for the invites to kind of come out. We're gonna this is basically what's going on, let me tell you. So we are going to take the grid from, I believe, lap 4 or 5, right before the safety car comes out. So that might actually allow Viperize to get in, because I think that that safety car happened, or that incident with him happened after. So he might be able to race, and I think Laugh will also be able to rejoin as a driver as well. It's going to be a standing start. Just think of it like this. Think of it as a standing start like F1. Like a red flag is going to happen, and then we're going to do a standing start with probably 25% race. That's what I would say. But let me see what they're doing. I think, is there a 35 lap or 35% race distance? I think there is. So we're just working as fast as possible. Yeah, so Stratting has just put in our group chat. The race will be 35% race. It will be 20 laps in total. Perfect. Okay. So, because we've already, and Viperize, the reason why we're not doing 29 is because we completed 9. That's pretty much says it right there. So we're waiting for the invites to come out. What we need is, everybody from PS and Xbox to join. And then at least one person from PS that's on PlayStation 5 to join the lobby, and then that person can invite the PlayStation party chat. I can get in because I'm on PlayStation. I have a weird glitch with crossplay, and everybody else that's on PlayStation can get in. The crossplay, I guess the way to invite is really hard sometimes, guys. So it's just how it goes. I wish. Let me see if I can get to a car. Hold on a second. F1 World. Garage. Oh wait. Oh no, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Hold on. I haven't done this yet. Okay. Get out of this. Customization. Oh no, not customization. Dang it. Here we go. Alrighty. We'll do Red Bull because that was the leader. Yeah, shame that it happened, of course, that we unfortunately weren't able to see the rest of that particular lobby. We're gonna have to do this lobby restart, but it's what we do. You know, this is why crossplay is disabled in so many leagues. That's why we disabled it in the first 3 events. It's just how it goes. But anyway, we can just kind of chat for a moment. What else can we talk about in this time? Think of this as our red flag, basically. That's basically what we're doing, and this shouldn't affect anything. Vibe Price says, okay, he wants me to switch to a different car. All right, I'll switch to a different car. Look at the beautiful Mercedes. Yes, it is a wonderful, wonderful car. So I'm just waiting for somebody to get me that invite in the PS party chat. So it's going to have to be somebody that's on PlayStation 5 that's already joined the lobby from our Striding's original invite. I know this kind of sounds like a total mess in terms of the invite system, but that's kind of what it is. You know, our tier managers are doing the best they can to get this operational. So please just be patient. Just wait for them to do this. To be honest, this invite system that the game has is totally ridiculous. It's just really hard to manage. It's really hard to invite multiple people. You have to I'll tell you what you actually have to do. In the crossplay menu, you have to actually scroll down to somebody's name. You can't search a name or anything like that. You have to scroll down to that letter. If you have multiple friends, it's actually impossible. Thank you very much, Viperize. I will join that. So Viperize has kindly invited the PS chat, and we should be able to join that. Here we go. Oh, they already got everybody in, basically. Cool. All right. Perfect. All right. So, as you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, 20 laps. That's how long this race will last. We're going to do a standing start, basically like a normal red flag. This is exactly what happens with the red flag in real F1. So we have... Oh, gotta hit spectator. There we go. I think we actually have everybody. So now our strategy is just gonna implement the grid order from the image I gave him, which is right before the safety car restart. So, or right before the safety car came out. That's what we're doing. We're gonna get this race underway. No formation lap. Look how fast we got everything up and running as well. That was incredibly quick. That was like 8 minutes, something like that. Like I said, this is what we have to deal with these games, and yep, nothing more we can really do. F1's on break, by the way. That's kind of big news in the world of Formula 1. They are on break till the Dutch Grand Prix, which I believe is at the end of August. Everyone's basically on vacation, or a lot of people say holiday as well. So holiday, vacation, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, then we'll be back. But a lot of people I know have been saying, like, especially in our... I think people in our LSR Discord have been saying this, like, there's nothing to watch, you know, F1's gone, you know, there's nothing to do. That's untrue. That's untrue, because there is a lot of stuff to do. To be honest, I'd say there's much more. This weekend, IMSA, IndyCar, both racing at two different circuits, two classic circuits. I myself am a IMSA content creator for IMSA and World Endurance Championship. So I make weekly content on IMSA and WEC. Road America, IMSA's race at Road America is this weekend. IndyCar's race in Nashville is also this weekend. Nashville always is a great race, the Music City Grand Prix. That one's always fun, and I think it's just announced it's going to be the season finale for 2024 as well, which is big news for IndyCar. And then Road America as well, IMSA. Check out my race preview for that one on Formula Jonah YouTube channel. If you're interested in that sort of racing. That's endurance racing. That's prototypes. That is GT cars, but it's mainly those GTP cars, those LMDH race cars. That is kind of the crown jewel of stuff. And to be honest, I'm a huge fan of F1. I'm a huge fan of league racing. But I'm honestly starting to get more and more into this endurance racing stuff. I've kind of stopped most leagues because I'm switching to endurance racing and also starting school as well. That's why I don't commentate and race that often. Anywho, what's going on right now? I'm just kind of walking you all through what's going on. Tier managers are still trying to set up the grid. I'm going to kind of keep my eye on my phone, so apologies if I'm kind of distracted. Just want to make sure there's no one texting me. Sorry for the silence, guys. I'm just kind of reading through our Discord, just trying to make sure everything's all good. There we go. Okay, so lobby's going up. We are back under racing. Small red flag, small delay, about, I'd say, 10 or so minutes. It wasn't that long, to be honest. It feels a little long, but it's not. Here we go for the racing. Stick with us for these 20 laps of the Qatar GP as we work through this glitch. It's going to be a restart with the grid from lap 5 or so. Here we go. Puma asks, what do you race endurance on? There is, okay, so I don't do much, I mainly focus on the real world stuff, so I don't do much racing. The games, there's 2 games. GT, Gran Turismo 7. We actually have a Gran Turismo league as well, if you're interested in that sort of thing. We do have that. Contact LSR Ethan, owner of LSR, for that. That has the Toyota GR010, which is Toyota's hypercar, the Le Mans hypercar. And it also has some LMP1 cars. But the one that's coming out, which I'm excited for, I talked with the people that are designing it as well, is Le Mans Ultimate. That is produced by by Studio 397, I believe it's called. It's Motorsport Games. And they have produced some, I know people in the past, they don't really like some of the games they've produced, but trust me, I talked with them about it. I've been kind of researching this game, did a video on it as well. You can check out that. It's on Formula Jonah channel. It's really looking like a good game. It's coming out at the end of 2023 in December. So yeah, that one's definitely a must-have. It's WEC, so it's all WEC cars, hypercars, GT cars, LMP2 cars, all that stuff. I'm not sure if the NASCAR race car entry is there from Garage 56, but we'll see. Anyway, here we go for the restart here at Qatar for Group C. 20 laps await us as the red flag is over. We are racing. Gaming James gets a good start off the flag as racing is back here in Qatar for Group C. The Aston Martin of John is trying to go side by side with Tommy. Tommy trying to take second away from John, but I think he's actually gonna get ahead. Okay, so Tommy's ahead. We are checking down the order, unfortunately. I think there's contact further down the order. What's happened here? Durrell's back in the race as well. That's good to see. So I think there was a little bit of cars going off the track. Kendrick's up to 7th position. Oh, wing flying off the track, I believe. That's Ozan trying to make a move on MCal. MCal goes very wide. Cars go very wide at the exit of that corner. Make sure you join safely. Looks like it's all good there. But it is Gaming James that leads its way from Tommy, John, Sneaky Robbie, C, Bird in 5th, Viperize, Kendricks, Vexnomics, Nars, and I believe MCal. Durrell and Ozan in 11th and 12th as well. Watch out. Oh, Puma's down the order. What happened to Puma? And we are checking in the Alpine is back in this race. This is kind of like a good restart for a lot of people. It allows Durrell to get back in the session. That's great news for him. Racing back underway with 19 laps to go in this Qatar race. Great clean start, to be honest, for these drivers. Love to see it. Tommy trying to break the slipstream from, James trying to break the slipstream from Tommy as James goes fastest overall. Laff is retired in the pit lane, and that's a safety car. That's a safety car that's been called out on track for the first lap of this race. What happened to Laff? Actually, that's not in the pit lane. That is on track. A spin or something like that has happened to the Alfa Romeo driver. It has not been a great day for Laff in that Alfa Romeo. Something happened to him, not really sure. Did he spin? Was there contact? Hopefully this safety car doesn't last long, and hopefully there's not a second glitch. That would be absolutely horrible if there was. But James leads the field off of turn 1. Pretty clean start besides what happened to Laff at the very last corner. Ozan in the pit lane as well. I think Puma also got damaged. So 2 drivers got damaged there. Not really sure. Another 20 lap safety car on the way, says Oreo. Ooh, what's going on here? Tommy and John swapping a little bit of positions there. Not really sure what happened. And John's been super impressive as well. I think he deserves a full-time drive at some point. We are checking. It's a drive-through penalty. Not good news for the Alpine driver. Hopefully the safety car doesn't last long. Ooh, what's going on here between the 2 McLaren and Aston Martin? Well, let's see how this goes. So anyway, we are on lap 3 now. Technically, like, the 9th lap of this race. But, it's lap 3 of this red flag period. So we have a couple of drivers coming into the pit lane. Bono, Durrell, and Kendricks. Kendricks in for a set of hard compound tires. Durrell in for a wing change, it seems. Something happened to Durrell. Change of tires for the Ferrari up ahead. You can see the hard tires going on that Ferrari. Excellent view as Durrell pits with the medium compound tires and a wing change. Did he get a little damage there? Was there contact maybe with Laff? I know Durrell and Laff were in a similar spot on track. And here we can see the change in positions. Vex Nomet up 10 positions. Very good start for the Haas driver. Ozan down 9. Durrell stays in P15. So safety cars should be coming in. Maybe this one, maybe next lap, judging by normal circumstances. But we will see. Kendrick's in the pit lane on new tires as well. Let's take a look at tires. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay. So everybody's on mediums except Nars, Stratting, Checking, Kendricks, Bono, and Ozan. Both Alpines and Bono are on the hard tires. Nars and Stratting and Ozan are on the soft. So watch out for Nars and Stratting, specifically them, because they're in the top 10. 5-second time penalty between Viperize and Vex Nomet. Interesting to see what happened between them. Maybe that penalty will get removed. Sometimes that's a glitch. But yeah, watch out for Nars and Stratting, both very quick drivers. As we know from previous races, Nars, I believe, was in the Trinity Competitive Racing. That's a league that a lot of drivers in LSR race in, especially in Group 1. And he was very quick in that league. And our Stratting we know from racing in Group 3, of course, and the start of this season as well. You may know him from driving the Alfa Romeo last season in Group 3. Speaking of Group 3, we do need more drivers to that division. Currently that is the only division that has space. All three of Group 1, Group 2, and Group C are completely full. Group 2 and I know Group 2 and Group C have a wait list. Group 1, I believe, doesn't have a wait list, but I believe is full. The Aston Martins, actually, Group 1's like driver switching is very different. The whole division is very different from how we manage things, considering that we have to really like assign one driver with like a role that they've basically we have to talk to them and say like they need to have experience in league racing. That's one thing. They need to have no assists, or at least the line. You can have the line in Group 1. But it's also like you have to be very quick. That's another thing as well. You can reserve in Group 1, but I can tell you it will be very difficult to race. And that's the unique thing I think about this season in LSR is that Group 1 has been totally changed to the point where like Group 2 is now the old Group 1 from last season. And like, to be honest, like I used to race in Group 2 last season and previous seasons as well. Actually, to be honest, I started out racing in Group 1. I got a podium in the first race at Belgium in Group 1, and I'm not that fast of a driver, to be honest. And then it's Season 2, I raced in Group 1 as well with McLaren, and it was just like I wasn't super fast. I was having a hard time. Our Stratting leaves the session. That's not good news for Stratting. I can't invite him either because he's on Xbox. Safety car's finally going in this lap. That's good news. Hopefully our Stratting can get back in somehow. Somebody can invite him. But yeah, my point is that divisions have been really changing all about. So James is going to lead us away. He goes now, I believe, right on the exit, or right in the entrance of the last turn of this race. And the Red Bull in T1, followed by Tommy, John, Sneaky Robbie, and Seabird. The Haas, meanwhile, comes into the pits. Vex Nomet in the pits for Haas. As John, right in the back of Tommy, he's looking to make that move. He's going to go for it. Tommy goes, Tommy clips John there. John gets clipped by Tommy there. Not really sure what happened between... I mean, I got a very good angle of what happened. But John now trying to reclaim a position. Actually, that's our Stratting who's ghosted, unfortunately. Oreo right behind John as well, looking to make that move. That's not good news for John. Contact between John and Tommy. John was going for a move. I think Tommy he pinched him to the inside a little bit too much. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I'm trying to figure out how I can get our Stratting back in the lobby, but I'm not really sure because he's on Xbox, and I can't invite Xbox players. It's going to have to be somebody. It's going to have to be somebody who's already in the lobby, who's already racing right now. So if somebody's further down the grid or has a moment, like during like a pit stop or whatever, try and get our Stratting back in if you can, because he's our tier manager. And he's the one that invited everybody, but he didn't get to invite himself because he's the one that invited everybody. We have, I believe, Durrell trying to make a move on Kendricks. Let's see, on board with the Mercedes driver coming into the final turn of this race. Kendricks right ahead. Durrell, the winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix, remember, so he's got the pace. Also, meanwhile, Nars and Viperize side by side for a little bit. Viperize goes a little wide. That allows Nars to maybe have an opportunity at the McLaren. Maybe into turn 4, let's see. Nars on the soft compound tires, remember, so he's going to have the pace compared to Viperize on the mediums. Tommy, a 3-second time penalty. That's not good news for him. Durrell and Kendrick side by side for a little bit. On board with Durrell, the Mercedes, who won the Bahrain Grand Prix in our first race of the season. A 4-way fight right now for P9 at the moment. Oreo trying to make a move on Bono. And Kendrick's in the fight as well. Durrell goes wide, but tries to get the better line. This is actually working out for Durrell. Kendrick sees him there. Durrell gets hit there, but that's, I think, Durrell's fault, to be honest. The driver behind is always the person that's always their decision. You know, Kendricks, he was just driving the normal racing line, and Durrell went for a different line, but he's the one that did go into the back of Kendricks. To be honest, I've gotten really good camera angles of the incidents, the two incidents that we've had in this race, but that's not good news for Durrell. I'm interested to see what the stewards have to say about that. Durrell will come into the pit lane, I'm assuming. It's not been a good race for Durrell. Meanwhile, Viperize and Nar still having their battle for P5 at the moment. McLaren in a really good spot, to be honest. Viperize has been given a second chance after what happened to him. A very strange incident in that previous lobby that we had. That whole lobby seemed to be a little glitched. And again, if somebody's in the pit lane or anything like that, please try and invite our tier host, R-Stratting. R-Stratting, definitely one of the biggest team players, like the nicest guy. Please try and invite Rick if you can. Nar is still behind Viperize at the moment. The Ferrari driver is just right behind. We also have that battle for P9, it seems. This is going absolutely crazy. Kendricks in this fight, Ozan in this fight, Puma in this fight, Bono, and oh my goodness, there's 5 or 6 cars in this fight here for P9 at the current moment, and they're all different cars, all different teams. John gets a penalty in the Aston Martin car. So there's a battle for P9 at the moment, and there's also a battle for P5 at the moment. Oreo doing a great job to hold them off. As here comes Nars on Viperize. Nars going to the outside line. Oh, there's contact between the two! What happened there? Again, I'm getting another good camera angle of what happened, but as Bono and Oreo side by side. Oh, yeah, okay, that's not good. That's not good. Ferrari, both Ferraris having issues. Viperize says that's his fault. So Nars and Viperize involved in an incident there. Nars has got damage. Not a good race for Nars at the current moment. There's a Haas round. MCAL, British Grand Prix winner. MCAL is round at turn 5, I believe that is. Whoa, what just happened there? Did Bono and MCAL make contact? What is going on here? Or did MCAL just... I heard a little bit like crashing or something like that. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Viperize gets a 3-second time penalty now in the McLaren. Nars will need to come into the pit lane most likely in the Ferrari. We'll see what he can do with this damage. Remember, safety car could come out at any stage. The race isn't over yet. And also, the top 6, a lot of them have penalties. John is coming into the pit lane for Aston Martin. Let's see what he does. Oh, that's mega speed. Is this a retirement in the pit lane? Yes. Oh, no, Viperize retires. Oh, that's surprising. Viperize retires in the pit lane. And John comes into the pit lane for... both Aston Martins are double stacking. This actually worked out quite well. Puma into the pit lane as well. Nars in the pit lane for that wing damage. John will come out of the pits in P10, right ahead of We Are Checking, I believe. Let's see. Oh, he's kind of slow off the exit there. Checking's just going to come out in P11, so John will be in 10th. Checking is going to have... he's going to have warmer tires at this stage, though, so John will have to defend against that Alpine. But, yeah, sad to see Viperize out of the race. He's going to be P17. So McLaren were in a good position at the start of this one, but it's not looking good at this particular moment, if I'm being honest. Oh, wait. Viperize, if you're in the chat, can you try and invite R-Stratting? Are you friends with him on EA? I know you're retired from this race, but you might be still in the lobby. You might be able to get him back in. And he could probably still get into this race, I think. Because I don't know how that works, but you guys see my point? I mean, maybe Viperize or somebody, maybe Laugh or Viperize can maybe invite our Stratting back. Ozan and Oreo battle for 6th at the moment. Our Stratting's joined! Yay! It worked! Thank you, Viperize. So our Stratting is back for the Williams team. He will be in P13 when he rejoins. Still opportunities here as Ozan looking for the move on Oreo. Oreo goes a little deep. That might allow Ozan to get the better line. Let's see. These corners are definitely critical to make a move, because otherwise you're going to be stuck behind in the S's. But Ozan's just too far behind. He cannot make that move on Oreo quite yet. He's got to get a nice exit, though. He's not going to do it, so he's going to have to wait until the final corner or the long straight to make a move. Ozan grabbed P3 at Bahrain, a commanding performance by the Mercedes driver, considering that he was at the very back of the grid. To be P7 now in a hunt for P6, maybe even the podium, considering that 2 of our top 4 have penalties. So Ozan right behind Oreo. Oreo in the mediums, Ozan on the softs. Oreo trying to defend the inside line as Ozan's going to pull the outside line. One thing I really like about Lusail is that there's a really wide, long straight. So Ozan's going to get ahead of that AlphaTauri and into P6 now. So Ozan into the top 6 for Mercedes. And let's see if he can, what he can do from here, because he's going to be closing up to Kendricks. However, he's going to have tire issues as well, so watch out for that. James in P1 with a gap of 4 seconds or so. Puma fastest lap for Aston Martin. Puma is a very quick driver. I actually know Puma from another league I commentated on back in like 2021. It was called KRL. Puma, I don't know if you remember that league or not. If you're in the chat, you're probably not, because you're focusing on racing, of course. But I think that's the same Puma that I commentated on back in KRL, Cleos Racing League. That's the full name, I believe, of it. Meanwhile, battle for P8, it seems. MCal and Bono side by side into that long Hockenheim turn. Still side by side, and Bono just keeps ahead of MCal. But he goes wide. I think MCal retakes the position. Not sure what happened to the exit of that overtake for Bono, but he's down in 9th now. MCal in 8th. Meanwhile, Ozan comes into the pit lane for the soft compound tires. From the soft compound tires. MCal in the pits as well from the mediums. Ozan took those softs for quite a long way, actually. So, well done to him. Ozan exits on, I believe, another set of softs, which is interesting. MCal in the pit lane for a wing change, I believe, as well. And a set of softs. Interesting. So they're going to the end. I mean, there's only 8 laps left of this race, so it's understandable why they would pit for the soft compound tires. And James, Tommy, Sneaky, Robbie, and Seabird will also come into the pit lane very soon. Kendricks is going to be a really, really good shot here. Same with John as well. John is P8 at the moment. He's going to come out, I believe he'll be in the battle for top 5 at least. So the number 5 Aston Martin will be right in the hunt here for potential position in this race, potential top 5. Race leader into the pit lane. That's Gaming James in the pits for Red Bull. Soft tires for Gaming James. Tommy retakes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Seabird, double stack at Red Bull. Let's see if this works out for Red Bull. This is an interesting strategy by the Red Bull crew. As Seabird comes into the pit lane, not a huge delay, maybe a second or so. That's a pretty good stop by Red Bull. Pretty good double stack. Seabird into or out of the pits now for the second Red Bull. Oreo also in the pit lane for the sister Red Bull team. AlphaTauri coming in the pit lane for the soft compound tires. And let's see where John ends up on board with the Aston Martin. Is he going to come ahead of Seabird? Yes, he will. John ahead of Seabird. So Seabird will be in 7th. John will be in 6th. And just to let you guys know as well, Bono, Kendricks, Sneaky Robbie, Tommy, all off to pit. And Puma as well. Aston Martin in a really good position, to be honest, right now in general. Vex Namet right behind Puma in that Haas. And there's Ozan in the number 7 Mercedes. He's not too far away. So the 5 Aston Martin's in 6th. The 15 Aston Martin is in 8th. Let's see what Aston Martin can do in general. Aston Martin's my favorite team in Formula 1, by the way. Oh, commentator's curse. John gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that is totally unfortunate. I am so sorry if that's my bad. Commentator's curse, it seems. They were going all so well, and then John got that penalty right when I was talking about how well they were doing. Williams and McLaren come into the pit lane. Where is Gaming James? Gaming James is on the front straight. He will get out ahead. Kendricks takes the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. Where is Tommy? Tommy exits, and Gaming James got a really good undercut strategy there, so that worked out beautifully. Meanwhile, battle for 5th right now. Here comes John on Bono. Watch out for Seabird as well. John has to make that move because Seabird will get the advantage and overtake him. Robbie comes out in 4th. Oh, Bono really slow on the exit of that corner. Robbie, John's going to have to go around the outside of Bono. Oh, there's contact between the two drivers. John and Bono make contact. John is going to... Oh, that is horrible for the Aston Martin driver. Hopefully they... Oh, the Haas. Oh, dear, that was close. As Gaming James overtakes Kendricks for the race lead of the Qatar Grand Prix in lap 14. Kendricks on those old hard compound tires compared to the fast soft tires from Gaming James. Want to find out what happened between John and Bono, to be honest. I think John was trying to make that overtake. Did he not give Bono enough space? Did Bono get a little bit too wide? We saw Bono go very wide in that corner. I got a feeling that was not like... I think that was probably on accident. Kendricks stays out. Look, can Kendricks go to the end? I think he can because he's on 11 lap old hards, so he's already pit in this race, I believe. So Kendricks in a really good spot right now. I think he pit during the safety car. So Kendricks in the Alpine could be getting a podium here. That would be huge for the Alpine driver. His first podium in Group C. He's now confirmed Alpine driver as well, returning to the Alpine team. It's a Spiderweb and Kendricks reunion at Alpine as they won the Group 3 Constructors Championship last season with Alpine, both those drivers. And they returned to Group C, different division, but same driver pairing and same team. Puma and the Aston Martin kind of flying this flag for the Aston Martin team. The number 15 car in P6 ahead of the 7 Mercedes. And we'll see if Ozan will be able to get ahead of Puma on those fresher soft compound tires. Puma struggling a little bit on the exit of that particular corner. And even though John is in P9, he still is in a potential position to get points. He's got to overtake that Haas, though. He's had a pretty strong debut, I'd say. I mean, like there's been a few incidents. I think a lot of them were not his fault, but he's showed some incredible pace. And Aston Martin might need a second driver, so this could be the Aston Martin pairing for the rest of the season, John and Puma. And if that's the case, I mean, they've been showing some incredible pace in the Aston Martin cars. So let's hope that this does happen, because I don't think we've seen the full-time Aston Martin driver yet in this season, and it's been 3 races. And usually we have that 3 race mark. So on board with John as we come into the final corner now. On board. Let's see what he can do. Vex Namet will have to defend if he want to keep that position. I don't think he's enough pace, really. Can you show the penalty seconds of everybody? I can. Just give me 1 second. There you go. John has 11 seconds of time penalties. Ozan, Seabird, and Tommy have 3. Same with Vex Namet. And Durrell has 6, and Bono has 12. That's what the penalties are right now. John not looking good on penalties right now. He got the 5-second time penalty in the pit lane, and then a 3-second as well. I think he actually got another 3-second as well, because that will add up to 11, if my math is correct. Meanwhile, Tommy right in the back of Kendricks, the number 66 McLaren, right on the back of the Alpine. Let's see what he can do. Here comes the 66 car. Kendricks defending the inside. Tommy trying to go for the long switch, trying to get the better exit power. You gotta just full on gas it in the corner, really. He overtakes that Alpine with ease, and Tommy is up into second. Fresher tires, faster speed, it seems, and the 66 car is ahead of that number 26 Alpine. And so we'll see, or sorry, number 25 Alpine. Tommy in second, but he's got that 3-second time penalty. He's going to have to gain time on Kendricks. He's got a second gap. He just has to gain around 2 more seconds. And now really is the battle for third between Robbie and Kendricks. Kendricks going to have to defend if he wants this third position for Alpine. This would be huge for them as well if Alpine can get on the podium here in Qatar. They did it with Fernando Alonso in the first trip for Formula 1 back in the real life 2021 Qatar Grand Prix. With Fernando Alonso, his only podium with the Alpine name. Of course, he's gotten multiple podiums with Renault back in 2005, 6, 8, and 9, even 2004. Was he with... I think he was with Renault in 2002. He wasn't in F1 in 2003. I think he was with Renault in 2002, but he took some time off in 2003, and in 2004, I believe he returned to Renault. Something happened, I can't remember. But I do know that he made his debut in 2001 with Minardi, which is now AlphaTauri. Tommy, another 3-second time penalty. Not good news for him. That's going to really affect his result in this race. We have 3 laps remaining. Tommy does set the fastest lap of the race, but will that matter? I mean, he's going to lose points anyway because Kendricks and maybe even Sneaky Robbie is going to get ahead. We will see. Robbie is 6 seconds to Kendricks. So at the moment, Kendricks is on for P2, regardless of where he finishes in this race behind Tommy. Oreo on the back of Vex Namet. Let's see what the AlphaTauri driver can do. He's maybe going to go for the outside line, trying to go around the outside at turn 1. 29 AlphaTauri. Oh, Vetnomics sticking in there. He's pushing Oreo a little bit too wide there. I think Oreo will just get ahead of the Haas driver for the time being, though. That was good racing. A little intense at times, but that's racing. That's how it goes. Any more battles? I think Ozan and Puma are in a close battle for P6. We are checking is in a close battle with our Stratting for P13. The good news is with this race is that there hasn't been, like, there's been a few incidents, but there's been not a ton of retirements. So that's good to know. Oh, We Are Checking goes very wide at the exit of turn 5, I believe that is, or turn 6. So the number 3 Alpine will stay in 14th for the time being. It's been an absolutely amazing race from Gaming James. He's absolutely dominated this one. Max Verstappen style, I gotta say. James has been untouchable this entire event and is now looking to take the Qatar Grand Prix win, his first win in LSR. Now with the Red Bull team, if Red Bull can finish in this position, this would be huge for them. A top 5 for both cars, which that's just amazing for the Red Bull crew in general. Durrell moving down to 12th, it seems. Something happened to the Mercedes. Oh, he's in the pits. That's what's going on. Nars is now into 10th. So it's actually, look at this. Ferrari, Haas, AlphaTauri, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Red Bull, Williams, Alpine, McLaren, Red Bull. So 9 of the 10 drivers are different teams in the top 10. The only team we don't have in the top 10, or actually in this race at all, is Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is the only team that's not in this race right now. They need a good result, to be honest. They haven't had a good start to the season. Laff is out of this race. He's the only driver that showed, I think. Ish was supposed to come, but didn't show. Hopefully he returns in Austria. We will see both Alfa Romeos. The Austrian Grand Prix next week, next Friday. But James is starting the final lap of the LSR Qatar Grand Prix in Group Crossplay. It's, like I said, been an absolutely amazing race from him. He's been absolutely dominant, and it's just been a commanding race victory for him. Sneaky Robbie in 4th position. Still 2.1 seconds to Kendricks, so he should get on the podium. And I believe, unfortunately, Kendricks did get that penalty, and Tommy has got the gap, so Kendricks will lose P3. He'll be P4 at the flag. But that's okay, still strong performance for Kendricks. Kendricks still, yeah, Kendricks is P4, I think. Yeah, okay, P4. I just wanted to confirm that with myself. Been a really good job by him, but it's been a really good job, really great job by Gaming James. Across the line, a dominant performance here in Qatar. Gaming James 99 will win his first LSR Grand Prix here in Qatar. Incredible performance from Gaming James. Tommy weeds across the line to take P2 for McLaren. McLaren's first podium this season. Kendricks is going to finish in P3 on the line. He's going to come across the line in 3rd on track, but Robbie will be getting 4th. Robbie will be getting 3rd. Kendricks will be getting 4th. A commanding race for Red Bull in general. Seabird will be P5 at the flag. Red Bull both top 5, and Ozan just at the flag trying to get Puma, but Puma's gonna take P6. Oreo will be P8. Vex Namet will be P9. Oh, actually, no, he'll be P10 because Nars is actually going to get ahead after what happened to him. It's going to be P9 for Ferrari. Great result for them. And MCAL will actually get ahead of Vex Namet. So it'll be Haas P10 and 11. MCAL will be the Haas that will be grabbing the points, though. So congrats to MCAL. 3 different winners in the first 3 races of this season. We had Durrell that won in Bahrain. And speaking of Durrell, he sets the fastest lap of the race, so he'll finish P15 at the flag, but it is going to be, Durrell in Bahrain, it was MCAL in Britain, and it is now Gaming James here in Qatar. Commanding race from Red Bull in general. Like I said, Seabird P5 as well. Red Bull in the top 5, both cars there. Driver of the day, Kendricks, totally agree with that. Kendricks absolutely had an amazing race. Strategy worked out really well for him, pitting early and then staying out, of course. It's a shame that he didn't make it onto the top 3. I think it would have been just a tad better, but still P4 at the flag. Absolutely amazing. It is Red Bull, McLaren, and Williams on the podium. Robbie also deserves a full-time drive. There's a lot of drivers in this league that I think are reserves. They want to be full-time, and I think they have potential to just consistently show up, consistently be there. This Crossplay division is really the rival to Group 2, I'd say. It's really has that same energy, has that same, potential. I think it could, if you put Group 2 and Group Crossplay right next to each other, I think they'd have very similar pace, and yeah, it's just amazing. Gaming James on top for Red Bull. Tommy in P2 for the McLaren and McLaren team, and Sneaky Robbie P in that Williams will be grabbing P3. That's the top 3. That's the podium from Qatar. A little bit of a weird race considering that there was that red flag period that we had in the mid portion of the event, but just congrats again to the tier manager that was here today, R. Stratting. Dude, you really did an amazing job to get this lobby going, and you even had technical issues, I know, with you leaving the lobby, but we were able to get you back in. But yeah, just really a big shout out to R. Stratting, who just does a continuously amazing job to get this grid going and keep it going. And congrats to, and a great job to Breakfast Keen as well, who's also a tier manager for Group C. Both do a great job. So that's it from Qatar. It's been an amazing race here at Qatar, but we are not over yet. This was Group C, Group Crossplay's division. They will be celebrating from this, but the weekend is not over. It's very young because tomorrow we have Group 2. These guys are almost, like I said previously, they are very close on pace to Group C. Very competitive drivers. A lot of them were in Group 1 last season, but when Group 1 got that huge buff, it was kind of like, okay, we should put them in Group 2, which is basically that Group 1. So yeah, it's just amazing. So yeah, tomorrow, Group 2. Then we have Group 1 and 3. Group 1, of course, being our fastest, most competitive tier. They're racing at Qatar. And then Group 3, which is still looking for some more drivers. If you're on PlayStation, join Group 3. Say, I want to be in Group 3. Group 3 is mainly for drivers that are either just getting into league racing, they are maybe not as fast, like myself, and you know they have a potential to get even faster. But I think Group 3 is more of a tier for drivers that aren't setting like ridiculous times at certain tracks like Bahrain and Qatar and other tracks we have visited. But yeah, if you are interested in joining this league, if you have not got a full-time drive yet, and you are on PlayStation, definitely join. Try and join Group 3. Speedy Gunner is the manager of that tier. We are also actually something I want to mention real quickly before we end this off. We are looking for more commentators. That is something we desperately need right now. The commentators that are in LSR, I hugely respect them. They are doing an amazing job. But I think it would be good if we can get even more commentators to join them and help the commentary even better. If you guys like watching these live streams, we're looking for more commentators to help these live streams continue, because right now we need people. We definitely need people that can consistently show up and have fun, you know. And another thing as well, as someone who commentates on as someone who's commentated in the past and still continues to commentate to this day, if you have no commentary experience, it's no big deal, honestly. We just need somebody to stream the race and just talk. Really, it's all. That's what I'm doing right now. I honestly, like, when I go into a race for commentary and all that sort of thing, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to say. I have no idea what I'm going to say right now. I'm just kind of talking. That's all I'm doing. And that's, I think, what the fun part about it is as well, is that you're just talking. You have an audience, you know, you have people you can interact with, you have stuff to talk about, you know, which is this racing, this excellent racing that we have in this league. So just talk. That's all we're asking. Please message me, one of the owners, somebody that's an administrator in the league or has administrative power in the league. Please let us know. We would desperately like you to join us for some commentary. Group C needs commentators. Group 3 needs a streamer and a commentator. I believe the other two divisions might be covered, but we could always use some people to step in, especially when the full-time commentators are not available. But yep, that's it from Group C. Pretty much concludes everything from the Crossplay division. Next time, we will be in Austria, Spielberg, Red Bull Ring. That's it. We will be then. We will be there for the race then. But yeah, don't think there's anything else more to say. I'm mixing up my words because I've been commentating forever, but yeah, that's that. Like I said, tomorrow, Group 2, it's going to be at 9 o'clock British time. That is going to be 4 o'clock Eastern time and 1 o'clock Pacific time. Saturday, yeah, August 5th, I believe it is. August 5th. But yeah, Group C, that's Qatar. Thank you for watching. Have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow for Group 2.